Hey, happy Friday, guys. It is one more video. Hopefully, we're hoping to get this done this Friday. Working on Eric's sign. He's got all the carving done now. Now what we got to do is basically put an edge on it, and Eric's decided he wants to do scalloping. So we're going to show you how to do that, and we're going to kind of go through a little exercise, what I do with people that are just barely learning to scallop, because I know that can be a challenge for some people. So say hi, Eric.
Hi.
Okay, so we're back, and we're hopefully get this thing done today. So this is the sign. We'll move that out of the way for a minute. So here's what I want to do. I kind of like what we did when Eric was first carving, setting at 2 different depths. I want him to learn to scallop at a shallow depth first. And we've kind of gone over this off camera a little bit, but he hasn't done, this is the first time he's done scalloping, I think, today, like just minutes ago. Mm-hmm. So we want to do it, I think doing it at 2 different depths is a help.
Same
here. I think it's really going to help you guys. So I've got it set at kind of a shallow depth. I'm going to do a little bit, just this end, and then I'm going to let Eric kind of come down the top side. So hopefully this will come through here. Are we ready?
Yep.
I'll wait till this stops, because this router is very loud. Yeah. So what I look at, guys, when I go to the next scallop, what I watch is that point right there. So when I do this scallop, I looked at that point. When I do this next scallop, I'll watch this point here, and I can adjust it if I need to as I go in. So just kind of watch that last point, and that helps, gives me a reference. So that's not absolutely perfect, but it's as perfect as it needs to be to have a nice uniform look. So now I'll just set the router down. I'll get out of the way, and Eric, you go ahead and go down that. And we'll keep it at this depth, then we'll set it deeper and do the other edge.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. No, you're good. You're good. I'll get out of the way. You don't have to jerk it in, take it in nice and slow. There you go. Straight in, straight out. Good. All right, that's enough on that. I got it. So yeah, straight in and straight out. Now let's flip that around, and we'll set at a deeper depth. Oh, by the way, guys, the other thing is, in case you didn't know what we're scalloping on, this board is, I don't know, this is not even 3/4, I don't think. Yeah, it's a little over 5/8 thick. So what we're doing here is we're using what I call my scalloping board. It's got that rubber pad on both sides of a piece of 1/2-inch MDF. And it just sets on there, and it's pretty solid, actually. And the only reason we're building that up is so that this bit... Sorry, babe. I'm kind of all over the place. This bit, if you didn't, this bit would be hitting the surface of the bench. Yeah. So we just use this to build that up and do 2 edges at a time. We could go all the way around, but just do 2 edges at a time. Yeah. It makes it nice and simple. Mm-hmm. Make sense?
Yep.
Good. I'm glad you agree, Eric. I was afraid I was doing it wrong. Thank you for that confirmation. All right. So I have set it a little bit deeper now. We'll go full depth. So now, just remember, Eric, this will be taking out a lot more wood. So take your time. Don't jerk in. And the other thing is that, remember, there's a lot of weight out here. So you got to try and keep this flat on this surface, and kind of keep that edge flat on there. You know what? I'm going to clear off that Hand me that silicone down there.
Yep.
That you were talking about
Are you
before.
going to go back over what you did, or are you going?
No, we're just do this other edge. This is just a practice board. So we're going to just clean off the edge of this face a little bit. We'll not clean it off. We're just going to make it slide a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we use this, just this silicone spray, but you could use just about anything. But that silicone spray works pretty good. And then I just wipe off the extra. So I'll get that out of the way. So that should be nice and smooth riding for you.
Okay.
All right? Mm-hmm. All right, let her rip, tater chip. Good, now it goes to the top. Really, it wanted to run on you. Yep. Don't jerk it in, nice and smooth. Good. Looks good, Eric. That's all you need. Uh-oh. Pay attention. Kind of caught that a little bit, huh? So let me grab that. Doesn't matter, it didn't hurt anything. Nope. But you always got to pay attention to where that router bit is.
Okay.
Okay? So what happened is you kind of lost concentration a little bit there, and it caught that. Fortunately, that wasn't your finger, or, you know, or they would never see this video. We'd be running to the hospital. So that thing will take your finger off, and it honestly, it wants to take your finger off. So grab that other board, because we got your sign to do. Mm-hmm. So we got to make sure that this doesn't have a whole lot of dust on it. Otherwise, it won't kind of grip to the tabletop. Okay. That should work. All right. So the depth is already set. All right, man. So now, remembering this is pine, what you were cutting just now was redwood. Pine will want to grab on you more. Okay. So you got to keep a grip to it. Okay. So take your time. Mm-hmm. Don't jerk that thing in. Take your time on it. Okay. There you go. Beautiful job, Eric. Excellent. Okay, guys, we're going to finish these other two edges off camera, and then we'll come back, put a chamfer on the back side, and then we'll get this thing sprayed and sanded off. We'll be right back. All right, so Eric has finished all of the scalloping. Looks terrific. He did a great job on it. He really picked up that scalloping quick. Now we're going to just turn it over, and on the back side, we're just going to put a little chamfer on the back side, and it should be about right. So now because the bit isn't near as deep as it was for the scallop, we can go all the way around and not have to worry about hitting the tabletop or these boards. So go ahead and yeah. Start wherever you want. You can go faster than that. You don't have to go slow now. Huh? Yeah, there you go. You can go that fast, that's no problem at all. Good. All right, guys. So we've got all of the router work is done on this thing. We'll set up and we'll spray this thing and then we'll sand it off. See what it looks like. Okay. So what we forgot to do, my bad. We forgot to. I take a sanding block and sand these corners off. Get rid of all those sharp edges. There you go, Eric. I did these two. You do those two. If there's anything sharp on there, get rid of it.
Nope.
Okay. You can stand up if you want.
Okay.
It's easier to do from a standing position. All right, good.
There we go.
Okay, so we'll come right back and get this sprayed. Okay, so we are using the Marsh Spray Stencil ink, the black. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the edge first. And we're using our little Lazy Susan thing that jig that Dad built a couple years ago. He did a video on that. Makes this operation really nice. So the way we have to do this, get this thing spraying, we have to kind of spray from a bottom angle and a top angle. And keep that can moving. This is pine, and pine will tend to bleed on you if you're not careful. So keep that can moving. I know I make it look easy. It's probably not going to be quite as easy for you. But keep that can moving.
Okay. Dang it.
All right, now the top. Too close.
Yep.
All right, back. That's it.
Okay.
You kind of oversprayed that a little bit. That's all right. All right, now the top. Good. That's it. That's all you need. That's it. All right, guys. We'll be right back and do the lettering. Okay, guys. Something that I did off camera. When we're working with this pine, because it has a tendency, even though this pine has got sanding sealer on it, but because it has a tendency to kind of bleed, I went ahead and masked off a lot of the big areas just so we don't get more black on top of there to kind of diminish the possibility of bleeding. I didn't get everything, obviously, but I did get a lot of the areas, the big areas, so that we make sure we don't get too much black in those areas. So now, the same rule applies. You want to keep that can moving, just short spurts. Don't be too close. Right. Now, I want you to look at something. If you can zoom in on this E and that R, okay? See how you can see a little bit of whiteness showing through there?
Yeah.
That makes no difference at all. Don't go back and try and overspray on that and thinking that everything has to be jet black.
Okay.
So that's something that a lot of people, in fact most people, make a huge mistake thinking that they have to pour that paint in there and it causes bleeding, especially on this pine. So I'm going to do this part right here. Again, short spurts. Don't be too close, and that's all you need.
Okay.
Even though there's some some white showing through there, that will make absolutely no difference. You'll never be able to tell once the sign is sanded off. It's kind of almost an optical illusion kind of thing. All right, Eric.
Those are cool.
You're up. So keep that thing going. So here's what I want you to do. I just want you to do this word right here.
Oop, too high.
Not bad.
Look
Not
good.
bad at all. Now do this one. It takes a while to get a hand with that spray can. It's
There we go.
not. It can be kind of tricky. We're gonna hit that. We've got a fan blowing from the side because it's so hot in here. But that's not bad at all. That's good. That's good. I'll go ahead and do this
Okay.
because that really gets tricky because there's a lot of little tiny lines in there.
Right.
Now
There we go.
we'll turn it upside down and we'll see if there's any really white spots.
Yeah.
And here there is.
I want to get that on there so you can see.
So now we're spraying from the downward angle, but we want to be a really light touch with that spray can.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all we're going to do. All right, we'll come back and sand it off. All right, it's time to sand. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to help Eric out a little bit here because sanding can be really tricky. The further away that you get from your body, from your core, from your torso, the tougher it is to control. So I'm going to sand this top edge up here and then let Eric do some of this down here. So we've got a used sanding belt on, obviously. This is like a 50 grit, I think. And this is our first sand with the grain. So, one of the things I didn't say is we're using our sanding board jig, where we've got a piece here and a piece here. So if we were sanding cross grain, like sometimes I do on the back, it wouldn't go anywhere. And then this one is here, and this is all clamped in. So
you're not getting all of the black off because you're going to go back and.
that's correct. We're taking off about this much of the black on the whole sign, and then we'll go back with a finer sanding belt and take the rest of the black off.
Okay.
Okay? All right, Eric, give it a shot.
Okie dokie.
So remember, you start that thing when you're up above and try and keep this thing level and
Right.
not let it tip on you.
Lift it up before you turn it off.
I didn't mean to turn it off. Don't push down on it too hard. Okay, so now we've still got quite a bit here and quite a bit here. You did here pretty well, even though you need to do that a little bit more. So just again have a nice light touch. Don't
Right.
the sander is going to do it by itself. All you're doing is just kind of guiding it,
Right.
and keeping it level from tipping side to side.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and do this part down here. Pretty good. All right, well, guys, we'll be right back and we'll do the next sand. All right, so we got most of the ink off. There's still some remnants on there. We're now going down to a like an 80 grit. Actually, I think this is like a 175 grit on our little Porter cable sander. So I'm going to turn it on. This is the on switch right there. And again, the same rule applies. Just keep that thing with a nice light touch. Don't put too much pressure on
Right.
it. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll do this top part. Yeah, I have a nice light touch on it, and I'm just setting it on the board. I'm just guiding it. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So just have a nice light touch on it. I've got a hand under here, and I've got a hand under here. And then I just let it, turn it on, I let it set on the board, and I just take my time.
Okay.
Okay? All right. You think this one is easier to use?
I think
Then
so.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think so too, but I wanted to get your opinion because it matters.
Yep. That's the truth.
Now, if you look through here, you can see some black left in there, kind of in this area.
Yep.
You can see a few little places like that, some here.
Okay.
That looks all good, pretty much good up there. But you can see, if you look real
Yeah.
close, you can see a little
can see
remnants of black in there. And then down here, you see how you
Yeah.
can't see the point. So you got to be careful, though, that it won't tip over the edge.
Right.
But anyway, just give that some more shots there. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. I think that
Let's
looks
turn
great.
it around and blow it off. Get that air going.
blow it that way, Eric.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna blow it that away.
Okay. Let's do it.
Here, I'll let you blow it off. I'll hold it. Let me see it. Go ahead and turn that back on. Right, yeah, turn it on.
Kind of nice to see that reveal, huh, Eric?
Yeah, that looks good.
Good job, Eric. I like it. Now what we'll do is we'll just we'll give it a little bit of brush with a really fine brush here.
Okay.
This is like an old shoe shine brush, and there might be some little tiny little burrs and stuff in there that will kind of brush that off.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So we got one more step. We're going to put a real quick coat of finish on this, and so we'll be right back. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show here, the sign came out really, really good. One thing I wanted to show is that when we had those little light spots when we were spraying the black, remember guys, remember how I said it wouldn't make any difference at all? And I almost defy you to find any of those light spots. If you look really, really close up here on this R, you might see a little bit of a light spot there. And remember there was a few light spots where Eric was spraying down here, but it really makes no difference whatsoever.
I could hardly tell them.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know that they were there unless I spotted them out for you. But the point is, if we had sprayed another coat on or more, then the chances of bleeding are going to just exponentially get larger. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. So you guys that overspray and you have bleeding issues, most of the time the bleeding issues is from overspraying because you think you need to get all of that stuff completely jet black in there when in fact you really don't. Right. So here's what I'm going to do. We need to, oh, by the way, we didn't do the back of this because this is going up on the wall in Eric's room. So there really was no sense in doing the back of the sign. You could, if you're doing it for a customer, obviously you would want to do that. But what I'm going to do is we are going to spray this thing with some Krylon. Again, just a nice, great for interior, and that's where this is going. So actually I have to move this sander. I've got it blocked up by this sander. But what we have to do first is do these edges. Sorry for the change of plans there, babe. So I go all the way around the edges. I gotta move on this side of the sign. Now, let me have that sander back here, please. Now we'll spray. Hopefully it doesn't hit the floor. So I'm going to do a couple swipes here. Now Eric, you do the rest. Okay. See how I kept it moving? And I just, yeah, so just go from one side to the other. Nice, even strokes. One, yeah, turn it off and on. There you go. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. You're a little light in this area, but that's okay. Here, let me see. Yeah. So what I do is I start my spray here, and I go across, and then I stop. Okay. And then I go across, move down, go across. Can't really overspray with this stuff. Right. See how it's one swipe, once, and then I stop, and then start again. Yeah. But that's it, guys. Have a seat here. Let's go sit down, and we'll wrap this thing up. Good job, Eric. So that is it, you guys. I think this is number 4 in the series. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Eric, you did an awesome job, dude. That's so much better than any of my first 100 signs, probably. Right. So you did a terrific job. What'd you think?
I had fun doing it. I really did. Good. It was a lot of fun. Good. And it came out great. It's got a nice keepsake for your room. Yeah. And when your friends want one, now you can charge them for it. Yeah. And we'll go over pricing later on. Yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We sure appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. I hope this was helpful to you. That's what our main goal is, not just to help Eric, but to go through this process with him so it can help you guys, especially if you're brand new at this stuff. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like this.
And everybody, this is Friday, so have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.